Good evening and welcome to the NGO show. Our aim here is to raise awareness about these NGOs and what they do.
Hello, my name is Kyla Philanda and welcome to the NGO show, where each week we'll speak to different organizations from Cape Town who contribute to bettering the lives of South Africans. The aim of the show is to create awareness around these different organizations, as well as serve as a platform so you at home get to know the organizations better and you can support and get involved. Today we're joined by a fabulous organization called the Healing Earth Foundation. It is an active foundation promoting health amongst underprivileged youth in Cape Town. They currently have 4 beneficiaries operating in Cape Town. So let's have a look at the amazing work this organization does.
See bunnies at the back. One more time. Beautiful bunnies. Now the neck. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out as far as you can over the front. Breathe in and up. Put your feet together. Beautiful. Now you're gonna go twist your hips the same way you did with the other, holding your feet as if you're reading a book and you're holding the pages open. Beautiful. Remember, as you go forward, you breathe in. As you come back, you breathe out. One last time. Switch direction. And your thumb and forefinger together. Beautiful. Now everybody take a deep breath in and sigh it out. I want to hear you. One more time. Last time. Now close your eyes.
So that was some of the work that the Healing Earth Foundation do at Vision Child and Youth Care Centre. In the studio with me today, I'm joined by Lara Potgieter, who is the Foundation and Communication Manager at Healing Earth Foundation. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, sure. Thank you for being here. And she's also joined by some of the beneficiaries. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Lara, please give us some background about Healing Earth Foundation and your role within it and how it came about.
Sure. The Healing Earth Foundation is the non-profit arm of the natural and holistic spa and wellness brand Healing Earth. As a brand, Healing Earth advocates a conscious and nurturing approach to wellness and to life in general, and the foundation was thus just a natural extension of the brand. Okay. I am the director, so it's my baby, and I run the projects. And through the foundation, we aim to nurture conscious, healthy earth children of all ages. We do this through a variety of modalities, including yoga classes, dance classes, personal development workshops, and environmental education and activism projects.
Okay, that sounds incredible. So could you tell me a bit more about the 4 beneficiaries that you've kind of conceptualized and brought together to start this program?
Sure. We chose to work with 2 child and youth care centres, Vision Child and Youth Care Centre in Lansdowne, and that's where these lovely little ones are from, as well as Holy Cross Child and Youth Care Centre in Paro. The reason we chose those 2 centres is because they represent very different religious affiliations.
Okay.
And we believe in advocating a cross-cultural and cross-religious connection and understanding. Then our 3rd beneficiary is Ihata, Shelter for Abused Women and Children in Heideveld. The reason we chose Ihata is because we saw the need for community upliftment work in the area. Then our last beneficiary has older participants. That's the gentleman and young in prison South Africa in Salt River.
Yeah.
They vary between the ages of 18 and 35 years old. The reason we chose them is because we feel that they could benefit particularly from our personal development programs as they address negative limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And many of these gentlemen have fallen prey to the belief once a criminal, always a criminal, which is obviously not true. And that's how we decided we could play a wonderful part in their rehabilitation.
Okay, so can we just talk a little bit about the holistic approach? I know you do a lot of work around emotional well-being. What made you hone in on this specific thing? Why you felt like you needed to do work around this specific thing?
You know, there are so many wonderful organizations out there taking care of the compromised youth's basic human rights, feeding them and clothing them and sheltering them. But their overall well-being is so much more nuanced than that. Physical well-being is not just being disease-free. Mental well-being is not just being medication-free. We wanted to look at the subtler nuances of what makes them happy and what makes them sad.
Okay, and do you see, I know you mentioned that the organization is quite young, but have you seen any change or impact up until this point? Could you tell me a bit about that?
Well, it has been very beautiful because thus far we've guided 50 youth through the 10-week Heal Your Life personal development program. That's something I trained in through the Heal Your Life International Foundation. Mm-hmm. So it's a great curriculum. It focuses on releasing negative beliefs, changing limiting patterns, forgiveness, gratitude. And we recently had our certificate ceremony with the older teens at the Youth Care Centre, and they had some really beautiful things to say about what they learned. And at the very least, they're displaying more confidence and comfort when it comes to their own emotions and expressing them.
Yeah, because that self-esteem thing is so important, and it's also about reigniting the empathy within our community. So cool. So then let's chat to the kids for a bit. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. Will you just introduce yourselves rather, just so that the people at home can know who we're talking to. Okay, so my first question for you guys is just tell me about one very positive experience or happy experience you've had during these workshops. We can start with you.
As I said earlier on,
Will you tell me what your name is first, please?
Naeem Nordin.
Hi, Naeem. Cool.
As I said earlier on, the workshops taught me to be myself because I was born an original and I shouldn't die a copy.
Exactly. That sounds incredible.
Thank you.
And you, Suleiman? Introduce me. Tell me what your name is.
My name is Suleiman, and the workshops told me that
what's your favorite thing to do in one of the workshops?
The lion,
The lion. What is the lion? Is it a yoga pose? And why do you like it so much? Does it make you feel strong?
because it's fun.
Is it fun? Awesome. And you, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Hoa Francisco. I am 13 years old. I am in grade 7 and I attend Tontinero Primary. It is situated in Crawford.
Okay.
In this class, I learn not just to care about myself, but also to care about the people around me, so that they can care about me too.
Exactly. So then it's just, a cycle of love.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. And you?
Hi, my name is Kausar Moos. I'm 14 years old, grade 7, and I also attend Thunderdale Primary School. In the classes that I've went to with Lara, I have learned that through any difficult situation, you can actually have a solution to it without hurting yourself and the people around you.
So those are all really valuable skills. Do you guys feel like you can use them in your school environment and even at home when you're engaging with your friends? Has there been any instances where you felt like you've utilized what you've learned? Do you want to tell me about it?
Since I'm a prefect at school, I get most of the challenging experiences, and some things that I learn in yoga classes, I get to use them at school.
Oh, that's incredible. And you, Hoa?
I've done a role play. So,
So will you tell me about the role playing?
okay, it's like the things in the role play is like about you, like a mother, father, about your family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like these things happen in reality.
Yeah.
So, for example, I have a friend at school and she needs help. She'll come to me and then she will tell me what's happening in the family, and then maybe I'll help her like that, tell her what to do, and that's how it works.
Awesome, that's incredible. And on that beautiful note, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Not seeing the bigger picture? Or perhaps your screen looks stretched. Maybe you prefer to watch without those black bars. It's super easy to set your DSTV decoder to your specific viewing preferences. If you have an older model decoder, press the menu button on your remote. Select Advanced Options, then TV Installation, enter 9949 and select the TV aspect ratio that's right for you. On our HD PVRs, press the Shift and TV Guide buttons and keep pressing them until you find the setting you prefer. And for the DSTV Explorer and the DSTV HD decoder, press the ARC button once to display the current aspect ratio setting. Then keep pressing to cycle through the various options. Remember to make sure that your widescreen TV isn't set to automatically adjust your picture, as this will conflict with your decoder settings.
And we're back. My name is Kyla Philander. You're watching the NGO show on CTV, and today we're in studio with the Healing Earth Foundation. Welcome back, guys. So, Lara, I wanted to ask you, what are the aims Healing Earth is hoping to achieve with the projects that they're doing?
We're hoping to nurture conscious and healthy earth children of all ages, which basically means we want to foster respect for the self, for all beings, and for the earth upon which we live. We want them to be comfortable and confident in expressing their feelings. We want to reverse negative limiting beliefs. We want them to get in touch with their bodies so that they can understand their subtler messages. And we want them to learn to go to their quiet inner wisdom when trying to deal with the chaos of their lives, rather than relying on the harsh judgment and often hopelessness or perceived hopelessness of society and circumstance.
And then how important is knowledge of self to people in communities like this? I mean, they don't have access to things like therapy or even simply dance class, which now you're providing for.
It's a cornerstone to all personal and greater social development. They say, know thyself. In fact, normal cognitive behavioral therapy has actually missed the beat in many circumstances because it looks more at the external world and what's going on than what you can actually learn from yourself.
And what more empowering thing to do than to be able to look at yourself and go, I can do this myself, or I can fix this myself. So if you guys want to just, based on what Lara and I were talking about, which is just how you see yourself when you look in the mirror now, or when you feel like a bit sad in the morning when you wake up. How do you change that feeling about yourself?
Normally when I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, oh God, there's that beautiful girl again standing in the mirror, like, oh yeah.
Yes! Cool. And do you feel like that helps you with your motivation to get through the day?
Yes, it does.
Okay, awesome. And you, Lara?
Me too. I also like get up and I always think about Lara, and I tell myself I'm beautiful. I don't care about the past because after difficulty comes ease. Yeah.
And you find that it's helping you in your life now. And will you guys tell me a bit about your meditations and the mantras that you do, or what you say to yourselves when you're feeling sad or angry?
I tell myself that nobody's better than me and I'm better than nobody.
Exactly. So that means you're equal to other people. Do you feel like it helps make your anger go away a little bit if you are feeling upset about something?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. And you, Suleiman?
Me
When
too.
you look in, you too. What do you say when you look at yourself in the mirror?
Don't get angry.
Don't get angry. And does it help you?
Not so.
But then you do the lion pose, and that makes you feel less angry, hey?
He's just found more
Sometimes.
healthy ways to release his anger.
Okay. Awesome. Cool, Lara. So, if you will just tell me a bit about the workshops. Like, I know Suleiman mentioned lion pose, and I don't know if in my yoga classes if I've learned that. So, I mean, I'm understanding that you're kind of shifting it to make it work in the environment that you're in. Can you tell me how you do that?
Yes, I'm actually currently training through an organization called Yoga for Kids,
Okay.
and they are certified by the Yoga Teachers Fellowship of South Africa, and it's basically a yoga teacher training certification specifically developed for children. So we try to keep things fun and imaginative. We change the names of a lot of the poses. You know, instead of saying Shavasana, we would say sleeping puppy. So the reason they're speaking about lions is because we're currently doing the Kruger Park sequence.
Oh, cool.
So all the different poses relate to different animals that they might see around the Kruger Park.
And that obviously ties in with the eco element of it and making it a more green and safe environment. And also South
Exactly.
Africanizing it, which is also cool.
And yeah, things like lions are proud and strong, and elephants remember. You know, we try to foster an affiliation with the natural world.
Okay, that's incredible. Yeah, wow. And so you guys, the first kind of few workshops, how did that feel the first time you met Lara, when you saw her the first time? Were you guys nervous?
Not really.
No?
No offense, but I was like, every Monday coming to this class, really? Yeah.
Because Mondays are already tough.
Yeah.
And it's like hectic during the school week.
Exactly.
So then, like, when we started with the role play and everything else, and then I was like, okay, I'm getting into it. And then I was looking forward to coming every Monday, like back home from school, straight into class.
So it doesn't feel like extra work, right?
No, it doesn't.
And you, Lara?
Me too. I will also say, the first time I had this class, I was like, I don't feel for this class. I don't want to be here. And then when we went to the class, and like Lara will ask us, who's feeling okay, who's feeling happy, and then we'll all like show thumbs up, and then she'll ask us why, and they'll like, I'll be like, cause seeing your face, I feel happy.
And then just on a personal level, how do you sometimes deal with maybe people who don't feel like participating? And it sounds like a very safe and encouraging environment, but I mean, how do you kind of handle the different personality types within your classes and things like that?
It's a great learning curve for me, because obviously nobody comes to this work without having their own demons and their own issues, and self-esteem growing up, particularly at this age, was a huge thing for me. And I've done all the work, you know, I've formalized the learning, but every time I see them, they challenge me.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I'm learning not to take things personally. You know, if one of the children doesn't want to listen in class, it has nothing to do with the content of my lesson. So I'm having to walk the talk.
Okay, that's interesting. And did you guys hear that you're basically also teaching her as much as she's teaching you? That's amazing, hey? Cool. Awesome. Okay, so can we just talk a bit about the kind of more adult program that you mentioned earlier? How long has that been going for, and what are some of the workshops and projects you do within that?
Sure, for the adults, so mainly at Young in Prison, or even for some of the teens at the Youth Care Centre, we do the Heal Your Life 10-week program, but we do it as written in the curriculum, so I don't make it more fun and imaginative. We really try to go to the root causes of limiting beliefs and release childhood trauma, and it's a lot of fostering of metaphysical awareness, and adults can obviously grasp those concepts better than little ones. We also do emotional freedom technique workshops, which is also called meridian tapping. It's an energy healing mechanism, but it's a self-healing modality. So we're currently doing that with a gentleman. They're learning about the energy meridians in their body and how if they tap on certain acupressure points, they can help themselves release stress and negative emotion.
Cool. And then finally, I wanted to ask, how do you reconcile the kind of holistic spiritual approach to, you mentioned specifically religious organizations. How does that relationship work? How do you navigate that?
Spirituality in this sense transcends any religious sects. That's the reason that we decided to go with a Catholic school and a Muslim school and an agnostic school, because being quiet and connecting for yourself, for example, through yoga, it really just opens up a space in you where you can connect to your God, whoever that is, whoever that may be, connecting to one another through a clear lens that's not tainted by any dogma or tradition. It's learning to separate your own wisdom from the wisdoms of the traditions passed down.
Cool, that sounds incredible. And then finally, guys, are there any last things you want to say about how all of this personal, holistic, emotional work has affected your life? Like how you feel now about life now that you've been doing these workshops?
I feel like everything is possible if you just put your mind to it.
And you, Kaifa?
For the yoga class, having my quiet time connecting with myself makes me think about things that happened in the past and positive ways that I could move forward in life using those techniques.
So do you feel like you've got those
Yes,
tools
I do.
now? It's incredible. You're doing amazing work here, Lara. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
You've been watching us here at the NGO show on CTV, and we've been speaking to the Healing Earth Foundation. So if you'd like to find out more information about them, you can visit their website, which is?
You can find us at www.healingearth.co.za, or you can find us on Facebook under Healing Earth Africa, or follow us on Twitter at Our Healing Earth. Alternatively, you can email me directly at foundation@healingearth.co.za.
Are there people who can kind of add to the work and contribute to it? Earlier on you were mentioning that it's just you who's doing these workshops, so...
Definitely. Anybody who wants to volunteer, any aspiring yoga teachers, life coaches, school teachers, anyone who would like to benefit. We're also open to any proposals of new healing modalities.
Incredible. Thank you so much for all your time and for joining us in
Thank
studio,
you.
guys. Thank you so much. And that's it from me, Kyla Philander, here at the NGO show. I'll see you next week.